Hi everyone, I'm here to do a video about, I think I'll probably title it like, so you've decluttered, so now what? And I've been, like over the past couple of weeks, I've been watching people do videos about using the KonMari method of the life-changing magic of tidying up. And, and they are people who, like the few people who have watched, they've kind of not so much seemed to me like they've been interested in minimalism, but they heard about this book and they read it and they've tidied up and removed a whole lot of stuff out of their lives, like a whole lot of clutter and things that don't spark joy or whatever. And it made me kind of wonder how they would go in the future. Because for me, like when I started to declutter a house, which I think I did about a year ago or so, I was like really trying to simplify my life. Like I should say, I haven't read the Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. It sounds really interesting and I would like to read it. And I sort of agree with lots of what I've heard about just having stuff in your house that makes you happy, and that's the main thing that I get out of it. So I should read it. might not be that good to be like, I'm not passing judgment on the book anyway. So yeah, I was trying to simplify my life, and one of those ways was I decluttered my house, and the other thing I wanted to do was kind of simplify, like go shop less, go to the supermarket fewer times, don't buy things I don't need, don't spend too much like unnecessary time on electronic devices and social media and stuff, which I'm currently failing at the moment. But anyway, so for me, like after I decluttered, since then I've changed my shopping habits, and because I did the Project 333 wardrobe challenge, which obviously that's all about clothing, and so like now when I buy clothing, it's because I've edited down my wardrobe so much, I can identify what pieces I actually need and will make a difference to my wardrobe, and if I need anything at all. So if you've decluttered and your house is, you're feeling a lot lighter, and, it's easy to find things in your wardrobe or in your kitchen cupboards or, all of that stuff, then there are a few things that, like for me, the biggest change, because in the past I had decluttered lots of times. Like I used to declutter like every few months. I would like get the urge. I don't know if other people are like this. I'd kind of get the urge. I'd feel like things in my house had kind of got to a point where it was too like there's too much stuff, and I would kind of go through my wardrobe, or I might go through a cupboard or something and kind of clear stuff out that I wasn't using. But I didn't stop shopping. Like I was quite a hardcore thrift store shopper. So like for a period of time I worked within like 5 or 10 minutes walking distance of like maybe 1, 2, 3, like 3 really, really good op shops. So I was like always op shopping, like every week, like even multiple times a week or whatever. So I was just like always accumulating. But since I decluttered and I read about minimalism stuff, now I don't buy something unless I really need it. And I'll, like now that so one thing is, I can identify when I actually do need something, because I don't have so much stuff. It's like I've kind of reduced my wardrobe to like clothing that performs a certain function, like like I needed a pair of shoes that will keep my feet dry in winter, that I can wear to the playground, and that that will go with all of my clothes. So I wasn't kind of browsing around, like, you know, shopping for the sake of shopping. I was shopping, and I've been looking for that pair of shoes for such a long time, but anyway, so I was able to kind of look for a pair of new shoes that performed a certain function, and that was the criteria that I judged things like shoes through, rather than just, do I like it, is it cute, you know, is it fashionable or whatever. So if once you've decluttered, you need to start shopping more intentionally. If you're still just shopping for the sake, I would say now I shop with intention, whereas before I used to shop because it's like I would get an urge to shop. Like, it's like I would want that, like, you know, I would get a kind of like little hit of endorphins. I don't know if that's actually what happened, but it would be like this kind of mini high to buy something, because it's like you're kind of achieving something in a way, which sounds weird, but it's like this little kind of, you know, you've won something, like, and you get excited about how great your life is going to be because you have this new thing. And so I would often shop because I would kind of crave that feeling of satisfaction of buying something, rather than actually looking for something that I needed. So I read it on a blog, I think it's Miss Minimalist, and she talked about wanting to want something. Like, I would look for something to want. So I would, like, I don't know, something would happen and it would make me think, like, oh, maybe I needed a classic black blazer or something, you know. And so then I would, like, start looking for black blazers, even though I didn't actually need one and it didn't suit my lifestyle and stuff. So yeah, after you've decluttered, you need to start shopping with more intention, rather than to kind of satisfy the urge to acquire. And I mean, the other thing that happened for me is, because I had, like, decluttered so much stuff, I had kind of really come to grips with how much stuff I'd bought that I didn't use and how much money I had wasted. And I think from what I've seen of the KonMari method, that's what she tries to get you to do, by making you get all of your clothes and put them in a pile on the floor, so you kind of realize, this is all the clothing I have and it's way too much and I don't need it. And so you kind of have have a moment of being, like, totally overwhelmed by stuff. And so, yeah, after I decluttered, I was totally, like, I did get really, like, overwhelmed by how much stuff, because I just did so many, like, passes through my wardrobe of, like, actually, I don't need this stuff. And then I would kind of look at stuff and go, I don't need that either. I don't need that. I don't need that. And I sold loads and loads of stuff on eBay, which can be such a pain. So I don't want to have more stuff to sell on eBay. And just the money that I wasted, like, you know, I did sell stuff on eBay, but I only got a fraction of, you know, like, a third of what I spent on them back. And I mean, I'm happy that someone else, I hope they're getting enjoyment out of it. I hope I do. I probably was, like, facilitating someone else's urge to accumulate rather than, like, providing a really beneficial need to someone else. But anyway, modern society, hey? Yes, so hopefully if you've been through the decluttering process, you don't want to shop all the time, but if you do keep shopping the way that you did before, then you most likely will end up with where you were, like, right back where you started. But having said that, even if you do declutter and you do shop more intentionally, or do kind of bring things into your house more intentionally, you still will end up, like, things just kind of accumulate in the home, and so you do still need to kind of stay on top of things. That's what I found. I was having tea. So I just kind of do regular little kind of passes where I'll try and, like, through different sections of our house. So, I mean, this morning I was kind of going through our shaving cabinet in the bathroom and under the sink, just kind of going, actually, I never used that hand cream, or that's half full and has been sitting in there for like 12 months or more. And, you know, like, it was only a few things. Like, it just takes a lot less time now because I decluttered a year ago, but it did make a difference. It was just kind of, it still kind of feels like a load's being lifted. It's like clearing out gets a bit addictive in a way. I've replaced one vice with another. And yeah, so, I mean, especially because I've got 2 kids, then they create mess, and people give them things, and they do drawings, and they, you know, yeah, all of that, all the kids stuff happens. And my husband, he's not like massively interested in decluttering. He's not opposed to it, thank goodness, but he's not particularly proactive in that sense. So, yeah, I live with 3 people who are massively disinterested in decluttering. So it all falls to me, but at least I can do it. At least no one's fighting me on it. Yes, so this video is probably a little bit scattered, but I'll try and sum up and say that once you've decluttered, like, it's not all over. You need to start shopping more intentionally, and you need to still kind of stay on top of the decluttering with like on a daily basis. And then you might, like, I've just in the past week or so, I have been doing a kind of more thorough declutter, like, of my kids' clothes and toys and other parts of the house. I've been kind of doing a better clear out than just to kind of tidy up. Yeah, so anyway, I hope that was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions or comments. Okay, bye. Hi everyone, I'm here to do a video about, I think I'll probably title it like, so you've decluttered, so now what? And I've been, like, over the past couple of weeks, I've been watching people do videos about using the KonMari method of the life-changing magic of tidying up, and they are people who, like, the few people who have watched, they've kind of not so much seemed to me like they've been interested in minimalism, but they heard about this book and they read it and they've tidied up and you know, removed a whole lot of stuff, and that's the main thing that I get out of it. So I should read it. Might not, you know, might not be that good to be like, I'm not passing judgment on the book anyway. So yeah, I was trying to simplify my life, and one of those ways was I decluttered my house, and the other thing out of their lives, like a whole lot of clutter and things that don't spark joy or whatever. And it made me kind of wonder how they would go in the future, because for me, like, when I started to declutter a house, which I think I did about a year ago or so, I was like really trying to simplify my life. Like, I should say, I haven't read the Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. It sounds really interesting and I would like to read it. And I sort of agree with lots of what I've heard about just having stuff in your house that makes you happy, or